Hi, I'm Dean with Old English Outfitters, and today we're going to be talking about the new Shadow Systems HS923 Suppressor. Full disclosure, Shadow Systems did send us this for review, so thank you to them. This is a brand new offering from Shadow Systems, their first entrance into the suppressor market. You do have a configurable suppressor, so the front baffle stack extension does come off, and you can move the end cap back to run a compact can on your pistol. It does come with a threaded 1/2x28 piston and spring assembly, so it is out of the box, ready to function on semi-automatic pistols. The piston itself, just a note, is the same kind of bronze color that Shadow Systems is known for doing on their barrels. In the Elite series, it does match very well. The end cap is a little bit different, so this is one of the more notable things is they wanted this entire suppressor to be serviceable if you own a Shadow Systems pistol. So the end cap here is the perfect measurement to use your slide on your Shadow Systems to take the end cap off. We did try it with the slide still attached to the frame and with the slide off by itself. And while it did work attached to the frame, it was a little tight and uncomfortable. So really recommend you take the slide off of the frame and use it as the wrench for your end cap. But if you do that, it works great. No proprietary tools necessary. And then hand tight on your piston assembly like normal. You can use a wrench to apply torque if you want, but us just doing it by hand, we didn't have any problems with it coming loose. This is a full welded configurable can. So much like something like the Dead Air Wolfman, you do have a configurable suppressor. Your baffle extension does come off, but both the baffle extension and the main tube of the suppressor are welded. The baffles are welded in place, so it does not come apart. It's not serviceable like some other pistol suppressors are. So you're gonna have to clean it a little different. You can't just yank it apart and scrub stuff and get a rag in there. You're gonna have to use an ultrasonic or soak it or take it to a shop and have them clean it for you once you've got a lot of rounds through it. It did function on every pistol we tried it on. We did try it on, of course, a Shadow Systems MR920, a Springfield Echelon, and I believe one more Glock variant with a threaded barrel, and it functioned well on all of them. It sounded good. We had good concentricity on all the different barrels because they were manufactured by 3 different companies. It did stay on pretty well. Some of these, well, pretty much all pistol suppressors, they want to work loose very quickly. We found that with this particular one, if we threaded it on tight, as long as we did not exceed a kind of rapid shot cadence, we didn't dump the mag, it would stay on there fairly well for about 10 shots before it started to clock loose. The tone was very good, comparable to, again, other medium volume 9mm suppressors on the market. The easiest comparison would be the Obsidian. If you have shot one of those, seen one, it's very similar to that, but offered, of course, by Shadow Systems. I will say that the K configuration is one of the shorter that I have seen, and it does look very nice on most pistols, be they compact or full size. Diameter is very good. You can get, again, suppressor height sights, or if you're using an optic, you can just peek over the top, but factory sights are not going to get past this. There's not many 9mm suppressors that they will. Really, the JK CCX is the only one that I'm thinking of that you can use factory sights over. In full length, it had a very nice deep tone, and then in the K configuration, of course, that tone was just a little bit sharper. As was common with any pistol suppressor, you get them shorter, you start to get that kind of sharp crack that stings your ears a little bit the more you shoot, especially if you don't use subsonic ammunition, of course. The information on this suppressor is basically non-existent from the manufacturer, which we don't really view as acceptable. There are some things that you should just have out there when you introduce a market. One thing, though, I would argue it's somewhat meaningless. It's good for comparison if you're not actually holding the suppressor, is a length and weight measurement. Just looking at a tube on the internet gives you zero perspective as to the size, the weight of it, how it's going to feel and balance on a pistol. Whereas having those measurements on the website to where people could compare it to something they have shot or held, or even just they want to see if this is smaller than something else, You need to have that information out there. Construction, once again, if the can performs, it probably doesn't matter if people know what it's made of, but people want to know what it's made out of. That is an understood standard across the industry. You give materials in construction so that we can understand, and again, that might give you an idea. Are these stainless steel baffles? How is it going to handle heat for an extended rate of fire? All of that matters to the end user. They want to know that information. And if they don't know, if we, the gun guys that you come and listen to, have trouble figuring it out, then odds are the customer is going to have trouble as well. So that stuff should be advertised from the manufacturer. So the other gripe that we had was the piston assembly and the piston itself. The thread pitch for the piston assembly and the spacing for the piston does not match anything else that we have found. It does not fit Silencer Co. accessories or any number of other name brands that we tried. It appears to be proprietary, though we don't know for sure because it is not advertised on Shadow Systems' website. Is this a proprietary thread pitch for the assembly? What is the measurement of the piston? Because if it is proprietary, that's not great because you can only use this on a pistol. Well, we can't thread this onto anything with a fixed barrel without having some sort of just fixed mount or fixed barrel spacer, but we don't know because it's not advertised from Shadow Systems what it will fit, if it will fit anything. It all comes back to the main gripe of information. Because having spent time with it and shot it, I think this is an excellent suppressor, but a lot of people are going to see that lack of information and steer away from it for nothing else than the uncertainty of, I don't know anything about this can. You might find a shop like us that has one in stock you can look at instead of just being able to even research it yourself. And a lot of people prefer to do that. They want to show up to a shop like ours informed and just kind of say what they want, or just have a few clarifying questions because they already have the information available. This is probably one of the cleaner looking suppressors that I have seen. When we first got it, we did not necessarily know that there was a seam here right off the get because it is very clean, perfect transition from the baffle extension into the main baffle stack and body of the suppressor, and it does just kind of thread off seamlessly right there to take apart. The toolless or no proprietary tools design of the end cap is really cool. That's just kind of outside the box. It doesn't necessarily gain you anything, but it's nice. Shadow Systems is marketing their own product with their suppressor. That's pretty neat. And it does shoot good. It functions well. It has a nice tone with subsonic ammunition out of a pistol without any problems whatsoever. So it's very well constructed. You can't see any mark for welds anywhere on the body of the suppressor. And overall, it just looks very clean and it functions very well. Guys, that's the review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. In addition, we do have an Instagram, @OEOutfitters. Go over there, check it out. If you like what you see, give us a follow. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.